Hello. If you're watching this, chances are that you are dealing with a shoulder pain. Maybe it's the sharp catch that you feel while you are reaching out for a seatbelt, or the dull aching pain that you get at night, or the troublesome stiffness that you experience while putting on a jacket. I want you to know that you are not alone. The shoulder is the most mobile joint in the human body, but that mobility comes at a cost. Many patients come to me thinking that they might need a surgery or that their shoulder is completely gone. Most shoulder pain that I see at the clinic boil down to four major culprits. They sound complicated, but they are your body's way of telling you that something is out of balance. In this video, I'll be explaining you in short what is the problem and the treatment or the exercises that we in physiotherapy advise for people who are dealing with that. Let me walk you through them and let's understand what's happening inside your shoulder. The first culprit that we see every day is known as upper cross syndrome or desk posture. Look at how we live our life, looking on the phone or at the computer screen or driving. It's like you are looking forwards, you are rounding your back, and your head is poking out while your shoulder rolls forward. This condition is known as upper cross syndrome. In this scenario, your chest muscle goes in tightness because you are going forward and your upper back stretches out and goes into V. This imbalance changes the position of your shoulder in neutral position. So ideally you should be sitting this way, but in forward head posture, you go forwards, you roll forwards and you sit this way. So your normal shoulder position goes from here to here, which after a long day of work causes you pain. Second culprit is known as shoulder impingement or the pin. Imagine your shoulder is like a ball and a socket. The head of the humerus sits in the bony socket like the roof. So there is a small tunnel between your shoulder head and the roof of the scapula. There are many tendons and fluid filled sacs in this. If there is any swelling or inflammation, this tunnel or the gap between the two bones shrink, and when they rub against each other, you feel a prick. When you are healthy, there is plenty of space in the tunnel. But if there is any inflammation or because of bad posture, the space shrinks, you feel pain because the structures rub against. That ouch that you feel while reaching out to get something out of the cupboard is known as impingement, and that is the body's way of telling that there isn't enough. The third culprit is a bit of mouthful known as scapular dyskinesia. In plain English, we can call this wobbly blade. Your shoulder blade or the scapula is the foundation of the arm. Think it like a crane. To lift an heavy object, the base of the crane should be rock solid. If the base is wobbly, then the crane won't be able to lift the heavy object. In your shoulder scenario, the crane is your scapula. If the foundation is weak, then your shoulder won't be able to lift. Your shoulder blade works the same way. It requires to glide smoothly along the rib cage in order to move your shoulder. If the muscles controlling the scapula or the shoulder blade are uncoordinated or weak, then the smooth glide goes into tilting. Instead of gliding, your blade wings or tilt. So, when the foundation is unstable, the rest of the arm has to work overtime. This stress eventually builds up into pain. If you feel that your shoulder is loose and when you see onto the mirror you feel that something is sticking out, then you know this is what you need to. Finally, the most famous one, rotator cuff tendinopathy or overworked
tendons. Your rotator cuff is a group of 4 muscles that are responsible to hug your shoulder joint. They are not the ones responsible to move it. Their work is to keep your shoulder centered. However, if you do repetitive overhead activities like painting, throwing and lifting, your tendons starts to fray. Think of a rope getting rubbed against a rock over and over and over again. This irritation usually is not a tear, it's a wear and tear, which calls for rehabilitation to make it strong. The good news is, if you have a desk posture or the pinch or the wobbly blade or the overstrained tendons, you rarely require surgery if you catch them, but you can't fix what you don't understand. In order to treat, we require to assess.
I want to invite you at Kareem's Physiotherapy Clinic. Herein, we will check your movements, find out your root cause, and build in a plan of action to get rid of your shoulder pain. Don't let shoulder pain be your new normal. Let's fix it together. Thank you.